Hi YouTube, it's Kyger1324 here, back today with another collection remastered video. If you don't know, I'm basically going through some of my collections, showing them off, doing it in this style of camera, and obviously my collections have sort of changed since, and it's sort of a nice way to it's sort of, maybe you could say, a pickups video overview, just to see some of the things that a lot of these games obviously I have shown through pickups videos, but obviously some of them I haven't changed. The Wii collection, I have 40 Wii games, which isn't a lot, but main reason is because I don't really pick up Wii games, which is a bit of a big mistake on my part, because if you are into collecting and you want to collect for a console, the Wii console is a fantastic console to collect for, because now is a good time to do it. The games are cheap, for the most part. You can probably pick up about 20 Wii games for under 50 quid nowadays, which is pretty good. And it is a last generation console, actually. You know, while the Xbox 360 and the PS3 were battling it out, the Wii sat in the background. And some people didn't like the Wii. I personally really like the Wii. It's a fantastic console, and obviously it's sort of a console that sort of spawned this new generation of virtual reality gaming. So Oculus Rift and that owe a lot to the Wii, because the Wii was the one that really sort of mainstreamed motion controls and things. I personally think the whole virtual reality craze started with the iToy on PS2, but I'm biased towards the PS2. But like I said, the Wii does have a lot of shovelware, but it's not an impossible collection to go for, because a lot of the games, like I said, are cheap, and some of the games that aren't the ones that are really uncommon are normally the shovelware games anyway. But the good games are pretty easy to find, but obviously you might have to pay a little bit more for them, as is the case with many systems. But I always find it weird how things like Halo are so cheap, but games like Mario aren't. I know I'm comparing two different styles of game, but I mean in the sense that it's the franchise that the console is known for. But I don't have a lot of Wii games. I've got 40, which isn't too much, but it's a nice starting collection. A great console for families, but obviously there are some good games aimed towards older people, and I do have a few of them. But let's start anyway. We've got Resident Evil, The Umbrella Chronicles, a great game, really good light gun shooter, which is why I'm a big fan of the Wii, because you can play light gun shooters. I know it's technically not light gun, but you know what I'm saying, on-rail shooters with a gun. And this one's really good. It's basically Resident Evil 0, 1 and 3 storylines, and you can do two-player, and it's a pretty good game actually for what it is. I want to get the Dark Side Chronicles, which I believe has Resident Evil 2 and 4 and Code Veronica or something, smaller storylines, but it's not, as you can see, the game isn't in there. It's in my Wii U at the moment, which I really should have took out before I put away. Then we have Ghost Squad, Sega game, but obviously this is an arcade game, another on-rail shooter. It's a really fun one though. On the Wii, you can do quite a lot with it on the Wii. Get all sorts of different costumes and weapons, which I really enjoy. Fun game for what it is, and it's dirt cheap. Pick it up if you're a fan of light gun shooters. And another great one is House of Dead 2 and 3 Return. I don't know why it was just number 2 and 3. I think it would have been so much better if it had 1, 2, 3 and 4. But 2 and 3 are probably the most common House of the Dead games. Or at least number 3 is anyway. I always play that game. I always see it at arcades. Great games for what they are. Arcade shooters, and of course you've got some special content exclusive to this version of the game. And I believe that was on... I don't think that one's on PS3. Then we have Punch Time Explosion, Cartoon Network. I'm a big fan of the classic Cartoon Network, if you can't tell. Obviously, this is sort of a Smash Bros. Sort of arena melee game with some Cartoon Network characters. And the really cool thing about this is you can use a GameCube controller, which I believe would still work on a Wii U if you have the GameCube adapter. I believe. And of course, the Wii U is backwards compatible with all the Wii games. I don't think there's any that I don't work with. But yeah, obviously you've got some characters from Cartoon Network on here. I don't know if you can beat Ed, Edd and Eddy. It's a shame though. Then we have Disaster Day of Crisis, another example of a really cheap game. I got this for 99p. That was from Game, which isn't bad. This is sort of like a horror slash thriller game based around disaster. But from what I can tell, this game's actually pretty good. I haven't played it myself yet, but I've heard good things about it. So yeah, sort of like a adventure action horror type game. Then we have an Atlas title, Trauma Center New Blood. In my opinion, this game might get a bit more expensive down the line, become more rare. With the Wii, it's kind of hard to tell which ones will become rare. But obviously, it's a hospital like simulator game where you do like operations and things, which I haven't played it myself, but I've heard it's pretty good. And of course, it's the anime style of Atlas. It's still really cheap game now, but I think it might become more rare. I think this one might become more rare down the line, and maybe this one. I'm not saying this because they will become rare. I just think they might become a bit more uncommon and go up in price in maybe 5-10 years time. That's all I'm saying. Then we have Knight's Journey of Dreams, obviously a sequel to the Knights into Dreams game on the Sega Dreamcast. Really beautiful flight. I guess you could say flight simulator game. It's if you know what Knights into Dreams is, you're probably aware of what type of game it is. And of course, you can use the Wii Classic controller on this one as well, which is always nice. Haven't played this one myself, but obviously it's made by Sonic Team. In fact, Knights, I think that's her name, can be found in many Sonic games, mainly Sonic Adventure games. In fact, Sonic Adventure DX on GameCube and PC, she can be found in the casino level. But yeah, this one might become a bit more rare down the line, I think. Then we have Mad World, a really cheap, cheesy, over-the-top, brutal game. A lot of people might be put off by this game because it's all in black and white other than the blood. But I've heard this game is over the top and really good for what it is. Not an amazing game now, but for its time it was really good and still a kind of a hidden gem on the Wii. Then we have Manhunt 2. Obviously Manhunt, one of the most shocking games of the time. Obviously Manhunt 2 was on PS2 and original Xbox, but it came out on Wii. An example of a lot of games on the Wii were rehashed versions of older games, just using motion controls. Haven't played this one myself yet, but I know it's a good game for what it is. I don't know if this one will become more rare down the line. Possibly the Wii version might be, but it's not rare now. Then of course Wii Fit, not much to say about this. I didn't think I still had this, to be honest. A lot of people got these games because of the Nintendo points, which aren't around anymore, unfortunately. It is what it says on the box. It's a fitness trainer. To be honest, I actually used to do this quite a lot. I don't really do it anymore. I still have a Wii board, but I don't use it. We use it to keep the rabbit from getting out the cage sometimes. Then we have Dragon Quest Swords. Why did I say Swords? And it comes with the Masked Queen and Tower of Mirrors games. It's a Dragon Quest game. Never really played them. It uses the Wii remote to use your sword, which some people might not like, but surprisingly, this is one of the cheaper RPGs on the Wii. I think it might become a bit more uncommon and rare down the line. Cheap now, but down the line, I think it might become more rare. Then we have House of Dead Overkill, one of the best on-rail shooters, in my opinion. It's also on the PS3, but I think the Wii version's a little bit better, in my opinion. The Wii controller, I think, and the Zapper are better than the PlayStation Move, I hear. This is sort of its own House of the Dead game. In fact, this game is very reminiscent of Grindhouse movies. So So a lot of people might like this. But it's a really good game. I think you should try this one out if you like House of the Dead and you want a full-fledged game with it. It's still got that cheesy voice acting and stuff, but yeah. Probably one of my only Mario games, surprisingly, but the Mario games are a bit more expensive. Mario Strikers Charge Football, really fun football game. I prefer sports games like this when they're arcadey, have power-ups. Well, it's got Resident Evil in here, so that must mean my brother was playing Mario Super Strikers Football, which is annoying. But, oh wait, it saved me having to find that. A fun game for what it is. Obviously, it's similar to the GameCube version, but using Wii controllers. And for what it's worth, it's pretty good. It's a shame that you can't use a GameCube controller on this, but never mind. Then we have one of my favourite Wii games, Rayman Raven Rabbids TV Party. In my opinion, this is the best Rayman Raven Rabbids. I really like the sort of TV setting. It's sort of all based around, like, the mini games are based around like TV shows in the Rayman Raven Rabbids universe, and it's such a fun game. There are some mini games that really, you know, make your arms tired. But you can use the balance board on this one, but you use your butt to sit on it. I haven't really used that, to be honest, but for what this game is, it's so much fun. Love this game to pieces. I always enjoy that one. Then we have The Conduit. It's a first-person shooter on the Wii. I've heard this game's actually pretty good. Now, I haven't played it myself yet, but I've heard it's pretty good. It's sort of like a cross between maybe like Metroid and like Crisis, I guess, from looking at this, but it looks okay. I haven't got the second one yet. Then we have Red Steel 2. This one used the Wii Motion Plus, which you can buy as a dongle, which I do have, and you can use a normal Wii Motion Plus controller with it built in. Improved so much over the first one. Sort of like a cross between a Western and Samurai thing. Kind of a good first person shoot on the Wii. I don't know if that will become uncommon. That might become uncommon down the line. And we have Metroid Other M, one of the cheaper Metroid games. It's some people like this game, some people don't. It plays similar to maybe like the original Metroid games on the NES. It's more like that rather than Metroid Prime. Some people like this, some people don't. Haven't played it myself, so I can't really say much. But I think this one might become more uncommon down the line. It's cheap now, so get it while you can. Then we have Pikmin. This is an example of the Wii taking GameCube games and enhancing them for the Wii using the Wii controls. I love this game. It's so much fun. It's like a strategy RTS game for kids. But it is challenging, surprisingly. I loved it on the GameCube. I haven't played the Wii version yet. And of course we have a Trauma Center Second Opinion. I think there's 3 Trauma Center games, but I might be wrong. Pretty much like the other one. But yeah. I think Trauma Center might become more uncommon down the line. Wii Music, sort of I've heard this is kind of a bad Wii game, but it's pretty much like you know, it was mainly for people who wanted to get used to the Wii controls. Obviously there was Wii Sports and that, and this is the Wii Music where you can make your own music. Not so good, I've heard, but still. Then we have Boom Blocks, game made by Steven Spielberg, which surprisingly, and EA. It's sort of like a mix between Jenga and Angry Birds, and I've heard these games, there's another one, I've heard these are really fun. I haven't played it myself, but I really want to give this one a go, so I have to get into my Wii again soon. An example of a shovelware game, excuse me, made by Hudson. Job Island, Hardworking People. just got a bunch of mini games based around like jobs, I guess. As you can see on the back there, I don't know where you can see them. Like you've got like chef, like dentist, and you know teacher and stuff like that. Good for kids, these sort of games. That's why if I had kids, I'd have a normal Wii for them because they're so cheap anyway. And it's a great console for kids because keeps them active. Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, it's kind of like the Punch-Out explosion game. It's a fighting, like arena style game, similar to maybe Power Stone on the Dreamcast. Yeah, not a great game, but I'm a big fan of Billy and Mandy. I think this was the underrated Cartoon Network show. When a lot of people talk about Cartoon Network, it's normally Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, Ed, Edd and Eddy, you know, that sort of stuff. I think Billy and Mandy was a really good one. I loved Grim with his sort of like Jamaican accent. Don't be touching my side, man. Sorry if that was bad, but still. Then we have Michael Jackson, The Experience. I'm not a big... I do like dancing. I've been told I can dance quite well, actually. Not amazing. I'm not boasting. Obviously, I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. So I don't think... I think we just got this one with... when my mum got a bunch of Wii games from someone who was a reviewer. So they got them for free. So yeah. It's just a dancing game with Michael Jackson. If you're a Michael Jackson fan, this is a must-have. It's on other consoles, but I think the Wii one's the best one because you don't need to have like a Kinect or anything, and apparently Kinect's not great anyway. So, and that's why if I get dancing games, I'll just get them on the Wii because you don't need to buy anything extra, and the Wii controls normally work quite well. Animal Crossing, Let's Go to the City. I believe it's called something else in America. That's weird. Just another Animal Crossing game, but on the Wii. I'm not a massive fan of Animal Crossing. I sometimes play it and get into it, but I prefer Harvest Moon because Harvest Moon has a goal, whereas Animal Crossing is sort of like a game you just play every day for a bit, and then, you know. Then we have Raven Rabbids Travel in Time. Kind of a step down from Rayman Raven Rabbids TV Party because it's only has 20 mini games, but they might be better. So it's just got a lot of mini games based around different eras of time, like medieval times, like caveman, that sort of stuff. Haven't played this one yet, so I can't really say much. Then we have Rabbids Go Home, the only Rayman Raven Rabbids other than Rayman Raven Rabbids on the Game Boy Advance. That's not a mini game, an actual full-fledged game. This game reminds me of a mix between maybe Beautiful Katamari and something else, but you pretty much go around and collect things, and it's like a platforming game as well. It's pretty good for what it is, actually. A pretty good game. A nice way to show off Rayman Rabbids in their own sort of style of game. Then we have Rayman Raven Rabbids 2. I really enjoyed this one. I really like the shooting levels where you go around actual real places and shoot rabbits. And the music levels were good as well. I haven't played this one in a while, but TV Party is my favourite, but this is a good one as well. And of course, Rayman Raven Rabbids 1. It came out on the Xbox 360 and PS2 as well. Maybe PS3. Haven't played this one yet, so I'll have to give it a go. But I think these games, I think these ones are the better ones. Rabbids should be played on a Wii, just because it's better to play it with motion controls. And we have Battalion Wars 2. I don't know what the original Battalion Wars is on, so if anyone knows, let me know. It's kind of a war strategy game. You know, yeah, it's like an RTS game for the Wii. Haven't played it yet, but it looks okay. I've heard it's an okay game. I don't know if that might get a bit more rare down the line. I think that might as well. I don't know. maybe Billy and Mandy. Just, it's hard to tell with the Wii because some of the games didn't sell well. Other ones just become cheap anyway. Then we have Brothers in Arms, Double Time, comes with Brothers in Arms, Earned in Blood, and Road to Hill 30. I think I have both of these on PS2. This is another example of the Wii taking a game that's already been out and then using Wii controls. I don't know how good these are, so I can't really tell you, but I'm an avid fan of Brothers in Arms. They're okay games. Then we have another example of an on-rail shooter. Lots of arcade games on the Wii, which is why I like it. This is a double pack, comes with Gunblade and LA Machine Guns. I've heard of Gunblade, but I haven't heard of the other one. So I've heard these are pretty good games in their own right. And I think this game might become uncommon down the line because I've never seen this game. I can't remember where I got this from actually. I think I may have got it from. It was either Kex or the shop in Bracknell. I can't remember. But anyway. And then we have FIFA 09 All Play. Just another example of a game that's been out on other systems, but this one does have some exclusive content. Like you can play as like bobblehead characters or me-designed characters. Samba de Amigo, Dreamcast game. A lot of people like the Wii because a lot of Dreamcast games came out on the Wii, or games that should have been on the Dreamcast. Obviously, it's just a similar sort of rehashed version of the Dreamcast game using the Wii remotes, which is pretty cool. WarioWare Smooth Moves, a kind of good game to if you're into, you want to get into a Wii and you just want to mess around and test it out. This is a great game for it. Pretty cheap now, so get it while you can, because I think the WarioWare games will be going up in price at some point. Lots of tiny, you know, small snippets of a minigame before a minigame. Then we have GT Pro Series, a racing game, uses cel-shaded graphics. They look pretty cool. Just wanted a Wii racing game on the Wii. Tigerwood PJ Tour 09 All Play. Like I said in my Xbox 360 video, a lot of sports games are better on the Wii, with the exception of like basketball and stuff. But games like this, because they you make you feel like you're actually playing the sport. So then we have FIFA 08 again. Mainly got it because it's got some exclusive content, like party games on here, and it's got foosball on here as well, which is pretty cool, or table football. And then the last one is My Sims Kingdom. I did enjoy the original My Sims. It was a pretty fun game, but it was kind of tedious going back and forth whenever you wanted to build something. But this one sort of remedied that, but didn't perfect it, but remedied it. And it's a shame because My Sims could have been, they should have stuck to this sort of format, but they made it more, My Sims became more a game that had a lot of shovelware. There's My Sims Agents, My Sims Party something, and then My Sims Fly Heroes or something, which apparently is a pretty good game in its own right. Anyway, that was my Wii collection. Not a lot has changed with it, but I prefer doing it like this, nicer remastered one. Of course, next will be my original Xbox collection. That has changed since, and it's nice for me to go through my original Xbox collection again, because some of the games I have in there I need to make sure I do have, because some of them I think I don't have anymore but still do. Like I'm looking at one now and I thought, oh, I still have that game. And another one I'm looking at, I'm like, oh, I have it on Xbox and PS2. But nevertheless. And then obviously PS2 and DVDs will be on the way again. No VHS collection again. I think my VHS collection's the same, to be honest. But yeah, good console for its time, still a good console now. If you want to collect for a console, the Wii is a great console to collect for because they're so cheap. And it's, in my opinion, it's 60-40. 60% is shovelware, 40% are good games, but some of the shovelware games, they're fun. It's a good family console, so if you want to start your kids playing a game system, the Wii is a great system for them to start on because it's nice and easy and child friendly for the most part, and because the games are so cheap, it's like, you can go out and, instead of going out and buying them like Call of Duty for £50, you can get them something like, Raven Rabbit for like £3, and they'll enjoy it just as much, in fact more. If I had kids in the future, I would definitely be giving them I will definitely be playing the Wii with them, and it's such a great console for its time. It's an underrated console, sat in the back, and it's the same with the Wii U. If you're wondering how many Wii U games I have one. Zombie. I did have more, but I traded them in like an idiot. Again, the Wii U is like the GameCube. It sat in the background, but the games are becoming more expensive now because they didn't sell as much. But the Wii U is a great console, and the Wii is a great console as well. If you're thinking of getting a Wii U, I would get a Wii U because you get two consoles for the price of one. But if you want to get system for your kids, just get a Wii because they're so cheap. You can pick them up for under £30 now. And obviously, if they break it, you're not going to be paying out another £170 for a console. You're just going to be paying £30. I know it might sound bad me saying that, but yeah. Some of these games, in fact, a lot of these games I realise aren't actually bad games. I do have some shovelware games, but a lot of these games I actually somewhat enjoy, which surprises me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and always leave a comment if you would like to. Not forcing you, and of course, enjoy your day and have and keep gaming or watching movies or wanking or whatever you do. So my Xbox Classic collection will be coming next, and if I have time, I'll do it today, but I don't think I will. I might just do it tomorrow. But thanks for watching.